this gets into like more of aesthetic stuff, but like you don't want stuff just spread all over the place because then it doesn't read like it just starts reading as noise. Versus when you look at a wall and you look at everything had to be motivated. So if a wall, for example, has water damage, then you have to think of like where would the pipe have been, where would the pipe have burst, or where was there rain damage, and off of that, you'd have some mold growing and the wallpaper starting to peel. So you shouldn't just peel the wallpaper here and there just to create a sense of decay as much as like,
That's what I like to hear.
how was this stuff motivated? Where did this garbage come from? Where did the roof break? Where did it buckle? Where did gutters get clogged? And that's the stuff we really studied looking at just ruin porn, which is a weird term, but it's what people go to these places like whole neighborhoods in Detroit that have been abandoned for years, and they just take pictures of destruction or overgrowth. You really study those things and you get to see, okay, here's where light would come into this room, and that's why where the light hits the floor over here and there's a little bit of water, it's why grass would grow. So again, instead of just saying it's been 20 years, there's going to be a bunch of overgrowth, like no, we have to justify that overgrowth as much as we can without being too dogmatic about it. But that's the kind of thing we would always remind the artist and the art. Eric Pangalingi, who was the art director, did an amazing job on that. One more thing I would add about the environments is what we're really conscious of is to think of them as separate timelines. So there's like, what was a place here the way we know it in our time, whether it's a coffee shop or a movie theater or a hotel. How did it get dilapidated, which was the stuff I was talking about earlier, and then who has lived here since, and how long ago did they live here? Because that's going to have another layer of either trash or graffiti